Within this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through using the tasks function within your Gmail calendaring system. Tasks are like a bulleted list or a checklist type of way to organize your day-to-day things you need to do. When you open up your specific calendar, you're going to see a tasks area that might be turned off. Once you turn that on, you're going to get on the right hand side here, you're going to get an area that you can start putting in tasks or bulleted lists here that you can go ahead and check off each and every day. The first thing I like to show people is you can actually create multiple task lists. Let's say you had a task list for work and a task list for personal. To do that, you can simply go ahead and rename the first one by clicking rename list, and we're going to go ahead and rename the one that says Norse teacher list to work task list. Click OK. And you can see here now this is my work task list. If I wanted to add a new one, then I can hit new list and I can say personal task list. Click OK. Now I have both of them at our view here, and I can swap back and forth from those specific lists down here. Work list, personal list. So I'm going to go ahead and add something to my work list. I can say work on paper. Okay, and as soon as I type that in, I get an area that I can check off as I need to. And if I click again inside here, I can add another one. And so on and so forth. I can continue to add them as I'd like to as a checklist information. So I'll add one more. Okay, and now I have added 3 tasks to my work task list. If I wanted to add something to my personal list, I would just switch to my personal list and I can say and I can add as many as I want there also. So that's how I create lists and that's how I add specific tasks. Once I've completed the task, I can go ahead and hit the checkbox and that will actually checkbox that specific task off my list. If I wanted to add a detail to each one of these tasks, I simply click on the arrow next to it and I can type in a specific detail. And then I can go back to my list so I can add many details I want. Or if I wanted to add a date to that specifically, I can click there and I can add a due date and I can say I'm going to make that specifically on this date. And you can see here it shows up on the top of my list in my Gmail. So now I'm able to add details and I'm also able to assign a specific date to my task. Go back to my list. Now you can see it's been associated with November 26th. And just like any of these specific tasks, when I've completed them, I can either check it off here or I can actually check it off here. Okay, and once I've checked off a task list, let's say I don't want to see these anymore on my specific list, I can very easily click on Actions and I can say Clear Completed Tasks. So now I've showed you how to create a task, how to add a date to a task, how to add details to a task, and now how to close a task. So with that being said, the tasks is a great tool for adding like a day-to-day activities, things you don't want to add specifically to your calendar, but you do want to add it to your list of things to do.